Greetings everyone. In this video we'll be looking at NCEA Level 1 Mathematics Common Assessment Task Algebra. In this video we'll be using keywords and phrases to form linear inequations, and we'll look at the processes for solving these. In order for you to form equations or inequations, you will need to be familiar with some of the keywords and phrases that are associated with basic operations, and I've listed those here. So for example, addition has got some of the keywords like added to, more than, total, altogether, etc. Subtraction, we've got difference, less than, take away, decreased by, and so forth. Multiplication, keywords are product, times, twice, multiply, double, etc. Division, quotient, pool, divide, share, split, etc. And equal sign is the result, or is, was, will be, amounts to, yields to, and so forth. So I'd suggest if you can pause the video and take these notes, because in the assessment you'll be given problems in context, and you will need to decipher the information and form equations using these keywords. It could be equations or inequations. We'll look at some of the basic guidelines that you will need to use when solving linear inequations. So the first one, what you will need to do is follow the same procedure as you did when solving linear equations. So in other words, you will form an equation by defining the variable, and then the first part is you either add or subtract to isolate the variable. And once the variable is isolated, you will either multiply or divide to solve for that variable. So you need to take note that you must reverse the inequality if you are multiplying or dividing by a negative number. And you know that an inequality is a mathematical sentence that compares expressions. So we'll quickly have a look at the example. It says 9 less than a product of -5 and a number is greater than -39. And the question says form and solve an inequality to represent this relationship. So in this case, we're given some of the keywords, and I've already underlined these for you. Product is same as multiplication. So it says 9 less than, and less than means subtraction here, so minus. So using these keywords, we'll form an equation. We'll let n be the unknown number in this case, and it says 9 is less than the product of -5 and a number. So the product of -5 and a number means -5 times n in this case. And then it says 9 less than, so take away 9, should be greater than -39. So we'll put that information there. So -5 times n, because it was product, and then 9 less than that, so -9 is greater than -39. So once I form the linear inequation, then I will need to isolate the variable. So in this case, I'll isolate the variable either by adding or subtracting. So in this case, it's already -9. I will move -9 on the other side. So if I change side, I will change sign. So -9 will become +9. And then we are left with -5n is greater than -30 now, because -39 plus 9 is -30. And then we'll solve for n by dividing both sides by -5. So I've got n is equal to -30 divided by -5. And then I'm dividing by a negative number. So in this case, I must reverse the inequality. So reverse the sign. So greater than will now read less than. And once I've got that, then I will simplify -30 divided by -5. So that will give you n is less than +6. Two negatives will give you a positive result. And then I will try and sketch that to represent the information on the number line. This is just to see the solution. So it says n is less than 6, so it takes all the numbers below 6. So if I've got 6, the solution is all the numbers less than 6. Hope this makes sense. I would suggest you can pause the video and try this yourself. What you will need to remember is the basic guidelines. You start forming an equation by using the keywords and phrases that are given there. Once you've formed the equation by defining the unknown variable, Then you try and isolate the variables either by adding or subtracting, and then take note that you will need to reverse the sign if you're multiplying or dividing in the final step. And once you've got that, then you'll get your final result. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.